How do I enhance my competence? See, let's say you want to run on the field, let's say you want to run a race, you want to run 100 meters. It is not running that you have to work on right now, you have to work on your legs and lungs and muscle and everything, isn't it so? So, if you want to become a great engineer, yes, definitely an institute like this is crucial on one level. But any number of people might have come here and gone, not all of them became great engineers. Though they might have produced hundreds of great engineers, still not all of them will become, simply because of their own individual attitudes and competence and whatever else, isn't it? So, whatever the institute can do for you, it is doing. One foremost thing that you need to do is to enhance your own physical and mental capabilities. Because if you want to be a good engineer, you need a working brain. Just having a degree of engineering may be a passport to a job, but it is not a passport to success, isn't it? So to have a working brain, which the engineering degree will not freeze. Usually lots of degrees, when people acquire degrees, they freeze their brains. They think they can… now they have finished using it and now they can rest it for the rest of their lives. It is not so. This is only to enhance your capability. This is just an organized effort. A school, a college, an institute is just an organized effort towards that, because each individual cannot craft it for himself. That is why an institution. Otherwise, an institution has no other purpose. It is here to just organize that possibility of you striving to be of a certain competence. But that is a mass application. But as an individual, your most important thing is you as a human being, you are functioning at the fullest level. If that has to happen, there are other dimensions which one needs to explore. Unfortunately, though these sciences and technologies for inner well-being have been the mainstay of this culture for thousands of years, today, we are largely losing it for various reasons because we want to imitate somebody else. We don't want to imitate our grandfather Topiwala anymore. We want to imitate the hat seller from another country. Because of that, we are losing those things, but we should not. We have to bring it back into our lives. This is very much a part of the way the culture itself is structured, that it is all about the human being. See, this is the only culture which talks about, which even an illiterate person in this culture is aware of, that you can actually evolve to another dimension of existence. Even if I go into a village and talk to an illiterate peasant who has not read anything, who doesn't know anything, who's not heard any of this stuff, even to him if I go, he will not ask me, give me a golden horse or something, he'll say, "Enakku mukti venum Swami." He's saying he wants ultimate liberation. Where did this fellow get this? Nowhere else on the planet this is possible. Nowhere else on this planet is it possible that an illiterate person is thinking that he can break his present dimension of existence and go to another place, whatever that place is. So, this was bred into our culture so deep, we should not lose it. It was not just the idea, there are technologies to become free. If you became free from the process of your body and the process of your mind, if you can sit outside of it and work it, you would work it brilliantly, you understand? You would be able to use this body and use this mind only when you are able to not treat it as myself. These are powerful instruments in your life. These instruments can be employed the way you want it, only when you have an outside access to it. Right now, you are a phenomenal computer, but you don't know where the keyboard is. When you can't think, you scratch this spot, that's not where it is. Do you see people, when they cannot think, they're thinking hard, they scratch here? It doesn't work like that. There are proper steps that one can take. It could be offered here if everybody is willing for that.
Just working hard doesn't do things in the world. This is the biggest problem. Right from your childhood, your parents taught you, if you study, how should you study? Study hard. If you work, how should you work? Work hard. You do everything hard. If you do things hard, things won't happen. It'll become a donkey's life, just doing everything hard. Nobody told you, you must study in joy. Nobody told you, you must work in love. They told you, you must do it hard. They made their lives very difficult for themselves. Now they're ensuring that your life becomes difficult too. Why do you work hard? What are you working hard? If it's hard, give it up. If you can do it joyfully, you do it. Otherwise, don't do it, isn't it? Isn't it so? If you're going to make yourself miserable in the process of working, what use is your work to yourself or to anybody around you? You just sit at the temple gates and beg and eat, it's better. Somebody will throw you 1 rupee, 2 rupee. You eat out of it, at least that you do joyfully. Sit there happily, eat what people throw into your bowl. If you're going to make it so hard for yourself, I'm sure you're making it very hard for everybody around you, isn't it? If you're going to spread misery in the world, it's better you don't do anything. If you're going to spread joy in the world, go and do as much as you can. Now you work hard. Just because you work hard, things need not happen, and they do not happen. One day it happened. Can I tell you a joke? Shankaran Pillai's old ambassador wouldn't start. Does anybody still own ambassador? No? All of you evolved out of it. His old ambassador wouldn't start. So he went home. He had a kitten at home. He brought the kitten, harnessed it to the ambassador. He said, "Go, let's go, let's go." People looked at this and said, "Are you crazy? Can this little kitten pull the ambassador car? Generally, it takes God to move this car." "What are you doing?" Shankaran Pillai said, "Don't you fool yourself, I have a horsewhip." You believe you can do everything hard and it'll work. It'll not work just because you do it hard. You must do the right thing, only then it works, isn't it? If you do not do the right thing, it does not work. People who are successful not because necessarily they work hard, they just know what's the right thing to do with their kind of job. That's why they're successful. Another day, Shankaran Pillai fell into the septic tank. I want you to imagine. Right up till here in filth. Please imagine and see. He tried to get out desperately. He couldn't. Then after some time, he started screaming, "Fire, fire, fire!" Neighbors heard the fire screams, called the fire brigade. The firemen came and looked everywhere, no fire. Then they found him in the septic tank, pulled him out. And then they asked, "Why were you screaming fire?" Then Shankaran Pillai retorted, "If I said shit, shit, would you come?" You must do the right thing, otherwise it doesn't work. So just working hard will not do. You must do the right thing. otherwise it doesn't work.
That's what every generation thinks, that their time is particularly challenging and testing time. It's the fancy of every generation, it's okay. Leaving that aside, what role can spiritual process play? It is like this. If you want to do anything well, suppose you want to drive well, the more you know about your car, the better you know your car, the better you can drive it. Is that so? Yes? Is it so? Then, this goes for you, the better you know this one, the better you can deal with it, the better you can conduct this to the process of life. Just knowing the surface of it, you're not going to do a great job. If you just want to go to your office, maybe you just have to know where the steering wheel is and where the 2 or 3 pedals are. But if you want to put this on the Formula 1 track, you better know everything, all the dynamics that are functioning in the driving of a car, isn't it? So if you want to be on the fast track, you need to know much more about it. If you somehow want to survive and go, you don't have to know much about it. I believe when you call yourself an entrepreneur, you're planning to be on the fast track. If you want to be on the fast track, there should be nothing about this that you do not know. You must know how to conduct this. You must know how this will function at its optimum level. When I say optimum, see right now, if I close my eyes and stand here, if somebody walks into this hall, I will tell you what kind of person has walked into this hall. You could do well with this in your office, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. In your business, somebody walked into your place, if you just look at him, you know what has walked into your office. Would it be a big thing? Oh, what should I do? What great yoga should I do? No, this is not the quality of a yogi. Even your dog knows this. Yes or no? Your dog is sitting under the sofa, somebody came at the front door, he knows who has come. Yes or no? Why is it that you're missing out, I'm asking? You're missing out because you have messed up your mind in such a way. If you just learn to handle this properly, you will see human perception is such that you don't have to struggle with every little thing. The stress and nonsense that you're going through in life is simply because this has not been sufficiently explored. So spiritual process does not mean looking up or looking down, it means looking inward. Because the more you know about it, the more efficiently and more successfully you can conduct this. It doesn't matter what qualifications you have, it doesn't matter what accumulated information you have in your head, essentially your success is determined by how this one is right now, yes or no? And how to keep this one in the highest possible level of alertness and balance, exuberance and equanimity. If you do not know this, you will be only successful by chance, and even if you're successful, anyway you will suffer it, you will not enjoy it.